here at the People's Voice. There's an article by Sean Adel Tabatabai entitled Top Scientist Confirms Aluminum Poisoning via Chemtrails is Real. This is at thepeoplesvoice.tv. Sean Adel Tabatabai begins. A renowned nuclear scientist has published a paper confirming that humans are being poisoned by traces of aluminum by way of chemtrails. Dr. Marvin Herndon, PhD, says there is evidence of a secret government geoengineering program injecting stratospheric particles or aerosols into the atmosphere and endangering human health. Dr. Herndon, a nuclear chemist, geochemist, and cosmochemist, most noted for deducing the composition of the inner core of the Earth as being nickel silicide, not partially crystallized nickel iron metal, has published a groundbreaking paper in the peer-reviewed journal Current Science, titled Aluminum Poisoning of Humanity and Earth's Biodata by Clandestine Geoengineering Activity. Implications for India. The abstract reads as follows. In response to an urgent call through an article in Current Science for assistance to understand the geological association of high aluminum mobility with human health in the Ganja alluvial plain, I describe evidence of clandestine geoengineering activity that has occurred for at least 15 years, and which has escalated sharply in the prior 2 years. The chemtrail activity by way of tanker jet aircraft places a non-natural toxic substance in the Earth's atmosphere, which with rainwater liberates highly mobile aluminum. Further, I present evidence that the toxic substance is coal combustion fly ash. Clandestine dispersal of coal fly ash and the resulting liberation of highly mobile aluminum, I say, is an underlying cause of the widespread and pronounced increase in neurological diseases, as well as the currently widespread and increasing debilitation of Earth's biota, Earth's environment. Recommendations are made for verifying whether the evidence presented here is applicable to the Ganja alluvial plain. End of abstract. The paper goes on to discuss and cite publications which have detected heavy metals, like aluminum, barium, strontium, and more in rainwater, fly ash, and more. For example, during the period between July 2011 and November 2012, 73 rainwater samples were collected and analyzed for aluminum and barium. 71 from 60 different locations in Germany, 1 from France and 1 from Austria. Aluminium was detected in 77% of the rainwater samples. There were also very high barium concentrations and a very high strontium concentration. The paper also discusses how these concentrations of heavy metals are not the result of natural phenomenon, like volcanic explosions, for example. This isn't the only recent groundbreaking publication that comes from the world of academia regarding this phenomenon. A few months ago, Dr. Rose Cairns of the University of Leeds published a paper in Geophysical Journal titled Climates of Suspicion. chemtrail conspiracy narratives, and the international politics of geoengineering. She is also currently undertaking research into the governance of chemtrails as part of a multidisciplinary project between Sussex University and Oxford. In her paper, she describes developments in mainstream academic and political discourse regarding chemtrails and how climate modification, also being discussed by the citizens of the world, is having devastating ecological and health effects worldwide. According to her paper, understanding the emerging politics of geoengineering and taking seriously claims regarding the importance of public participation requires an understanding of the whole landscape around ideas of global climate control. She also mentions that her analysis suggests a number of ways in which the chemtrail narrative may contain important insights and implications for the emerging politics of geoengineering that cannot be dismissed as paranoid. Although Dr. Rose is not a proponent of the chemtrail conspiracy, it's great to see another published paper by an academic taking a neutral perspective and recognizing the importance of these claims rather than dismissing them outright. The basic difference here is that geoengineering in the academic realm is strictly a proposal, and that these means of engineering Earth's climate are still not 100% operational. When it comes to chemtrail advocates, they believe that they are operational, as does the academic described at the beginning of this article, along with many others. The truth is, there seems to be a tremendous amount of information suggesting that these programs are indeed operational. Whether their intent is to modify climate and combat global warming or to further some other type of agenda is still not clear. Evidence suggesting these programs are already operational. Quote, World Meteorological Association. In recent years, there has been a decline in the support for weather modification research and a tendency to move directly into operational projects. And in addition to specific research programs sponsored by U.S. federal agencies, there are other functions related to weather modification, which are performed in several other places in the executive branch. Various federal advisory panels and committees and their staffs established to conduct in-depth studies, prepare reports, provide advice or recommendations, or to coordinate weather modification programs, have been housed and supported within executive departments, agencies, and offices.